So vibration is everything. Low vibrational energy can feel like a sense of heaviness, of sluggishness, of negativity, apathy, fear, anxiety, depletion, often accompanied by physical symptoms like fatigue, aches, and a lack of motivation, a feeling of being stuck, being weighed down emotionally and physically. From an emotional standpoint, you could be feeling pessimistic, critical, resentful, frustrated, overwhelmed, or just powerless. From a physical standpoint, you could feel drained, tired, achy, heavy limbs, digestive issues. From a mental standpoint, difficulty concentrating, negative self talk, ruminating on negative thoughts. Low vibration is a spiritual frequency that's associated with negative emotions, whereas high vibe is the opposite. It's happiness and positivity. And so signs of low vibe is, persistent feelings of just sluggish thinking, constant fatigue, apathy, a lack of caring. So to raise your vibrations, you have to surround yourself with positive people, eat nutritious food, incorporate meditation or deep breathing exercises into your daily life. Stopping that feeling of feeling lost or adrift, because sometimes you might feel that way, right? But if loss feels more like your default setting, then that can be disorienting and you can't find your internal compass again. You can't seem to get back on the right track. Low vibrational energy would be the reason for that because you're lost, you're confused. If you feel resentful, jealous, bitter, it might seem like the only solution is to lock those feelings up in the basement of your mind. Repression always seems like a good idea at first, but the feelings aren't really gone. You got to let it out. You can't keep steeping in a toxic brew of bad vibes. You can't always be worried. You have to be accountable to yourself. Don't be that victim. When you're ready, confront your feelings. Forgive yourself. Remember, to be forgiven, you have to first admit you messed up. You don't want to be a mental avoidant, who never wants to take credit for anything you do, good or bad. And I have to admit, I felt naive. In a weird way, I wasn't being the real me. I was suppressing skepticism. I was just not really paying attention. I was very imbalanced because I didn't confront my shadow side and reconcile with my light side. You have to remain tempered and balanced rather than moody and argumentative because that's a victim mentality and that's being unhealed. You can't assume the worst of everyone and you can't always feel uncomfortable. And you have to realize that polarity is real. If you have a feminine side, you need to balance the masculine side. If you have a masculine side, you have to balance the feminine side. Once you do that, you stop giving your power away. No more need to depend on other people for joy. No more need for externalities. You understand and you deal with your inner inner peace. You want to reconcile your own emotional well-being in yourself and be responsible for that. And you become nonchalant. You realize life isn't painful and gut-wrenching. You can make good choices. You don't have to be apathetic. You don't have to be overly sensitive either. This is the mind blank that I've always talked about in some of my other videos. People may get that from meditation, but meditation hasn't always worked for me. I think I'm borderline ADHD. I'm always wound up. I'm going a mile a minute. But somewhere along the line, in being comfortable with myself, I learned patience. And patience is the path to healing because we have to become comfortable with life. We have to be accountable for our path and we have to stop blaming others. We don't let anything scare us anymore. We don't be afraid of anything. We want to feel light, not heavy. No more heavy energy, no more resentment, no more guilt, no more shame, no more darkness. We burn away the trauma, revealing the unwavering understanding that we can surrender it all to God. We are no longer weighed down by our troubles. We are no longer debilitated, and we don't have to suffer analysis paralysis. We don't have to meticulously plan 12 steps ahead. Just show up. Just do your best. Stop stressing. Live fully in the moment without having to live 100 steps ahead. Happiness isn't a destination. Nurture the inner self. Happiness is inside of us. That inner child inside of us that wants that attention, that wants that love. It's sensual. It's beautiful. The mental space is a huge part of it. Dismantle the brain frog. Breathe in and out. We can exist and let the universe bring us the good things. Bring that best timeline to us. We detach. We no longer need to be anxious. We no longer need to stress. We can grow. We can celebrate. We can let the blessings show up. Love yourselves. Love life. I don't mind connecting to my inner child. Why? Because as a child, I suffered hundreds of books, encyclopedias, and reference books to please my parents. Was that the childhood I wanted? No. Was it important? Yes. But did I need to obsess about what happened to me? No. My parents and grandparents are now gone, and so yes, I think of them all the time, but I won't be beholden to their ideas because it's my life now. I can build my legacy. I can build my empire. I can be whatever niche I want to be. I don't have to be trapped in a box I never chose. I can let life happen, be abundant, and watch God bring me family, friends, good times, and nourish my soul. I choose me, and I will build a future world of my own choosing. You can do the same. Build what makes you happy, and what you make becomes your wealth, and it'll become intergenerational, and you can build a strong foundation based on a powerful cornerstone. And the legacy you leave behind will be your reward. Ebbs and flows will happen. Let life bring you that beautiful abundance. Feel that energy lighten. You need not people please anymore, and you need not work slavishly hard. Choose the path of least resistance. Be willing to receive. Let life bring it to you. You need not slave for 20 hours just to get there. We have these preconceived notions, or hangups, or stereotypes, the things society puts in us. Judge nothing. Stop equating what your neighbors have, the Joneses have, and traumatizing yourself to slave to meet societal expectations. We are natural manifestors, and we can naturally alchemize without effort. We surrender. We see the numerical synchronicities. We exist in the light. We let things become attracted to us rather than trying to attract things. You know, there was a time when I'd go into a place and I'd see a bunch of people and I'd have to form a plan of attack. Who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to approach? Who am I going to engage in idle chit chat? Now I walk in a place and people walk up to me. You know, I existed in this state once before in the past, but somewhere along the lines, I lost that. People who just willing to just befriend me because they wanted to bask in the light and the energy of whatever I was steeped in. You don't have to try so hard. You don't have to need to work hard at anything or think about it. Effortlessly, you have the tools you have within inside you to build your empire. You can be liberated. You can daydream. You can be naturally magnetic. You are always real and authentic. You don't have to fake it to make it. Don't worry about imposter syndrome. That's not for you. Harness your natural power. The magic will happen. God will happen. You don't need to be a divine masculine looking for a divine feminine. You don't need to be a divine feminine looking for a divine masculine. You are enough. And I love you. I love you, all of you. And I love me. And that's the way we should be. Love is the most important of all. Just let that sunshine in. Just let the beauty of life come to you. This is meant to be for our best and highest selves. And we can get there, but we have to stop having the hangups. We have to stop letting life run all over us. And we have to start breathing in and out, breathing in and out, and feeling that energy, feeling that power, being grounded in the natural world around us. Life would be so beautiful if we just let it happen. If you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome aboard to Safe Space. If you're returning, I'm glad you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protection if you so deserve it. Just remember, we want to get to the highest frequency possible. And to do that, you have to eliminate all the things at the bottom of that chart, and you need to focus and dwell in the things that toward the top of that chart. You need to accept things. You need to be able to reason through things. You need to love things. You need to have that natural joy inside yourself. You have to achieve that peace and achieve that enlightenment. And once you do that, life becomes so much easier. Take care.